once you have all the bolts out of your side case, you're going to want to free this up. And if it's heat cycled, it may not just pull off, because you might have some bonding to the gasket or to the actual seal around the edges of the holes. So tapping is their one safe thing with the rubber end of a mallet. You can see there it's just freed off the case. Try to get as much oil in the cap box as I can here. And there we go. We've pulled the case off to expose whatever problems we have in our clutch now on that oil there. Probably too much. But I do have a magnetic drain bolt, so I keep the magnet collected at the bottom of the primary. Okay, we've got the clutch cover off. We're going to carefully remove our composite gasket. And this is why I made these gaskets so tough, so that we can actually get them off without ripping them. You want to clean your gasket off with cleanish rag. I'm not going to go into the detail too much of it, but you can use contact cleaner on the gasket sheet, and that will get rid of the oil residue on the gasket. As you're cleaning it, you want to get rid of all that oil. You'll get a matte finish to your gasket, and if you want on reuse, you can use a very thin coating of silicone to basically assure that there's no leakage if you're doing it quickly. But if you use contact cement, or contact cleaner, sorry, you'll be able to get most of the oil residue off. These gaskets are non-permeable, so the oil has not soaked through the gasket so much as it's soaked onto the surface of the gasket. And it actually protects the rubber quite well. Now, we'll let that dry a bit. Now, you want to get the stator cleaned up quite a bit. You're going to notice that paste that occurs on the stator is magnetized. So it's drawing metal out of the oil and forming around the stator magnets here. It's actually quite a good collection method, but you want to clean out as much as you can so that you're not accumulating too much of that. Use a paintbrush. It works really well, a small paintbrush. Clean up as much as you can here. And then our clutch. About 4,000, 5,000 miles on the clutch now, and the plates have thinned out so that the spring levels are off now. When I first learned how to strip this part, one guy told me to put a screwdriver in here and lock up the chain and then rotate my nut off while this was put under tension and the chain would stretch like crazy. What you need to do is go make one of these breaker bars. This is two clutch plates welded together with standoff posts on each end, similar to many books that are out there. If you're stuck and you can't do that and you still want to wedge a chain in there, then you'll have to get some old plates and basically drill and bolt them together. And then you can use that as a locking tool for the inner and outer basket. I just use this because I can put this on, line it up, and then when it rotates, it hits my brake arm stay here, so I can apply pressure and it won't rotate. So I get my nut off quite quickly to get into the basket. Now the nut's off, you want to save your washer. Clutch rod first, and then turn the nut on the center, on the bolt, and you'll be able to remove the clutch now off the shaft end with the key. Also remove your chain guide, your primary chain adjuster. If you're putting a thrust washer in your basket, you can use the clutch hub puller tool because it's fixed to the hub, and tap it gently on the top, and that'll release your center hub now, exposing the back thrust washer and the bearings. You want to be very careful when these bearings come out. Don't lose them on the floor. unscrew your clutch hub puller tool if you can. If not, then you'll have to let it drop through, like that. Now my bearings are on here in my damaged thrust washer, it seems, and there's some bearings stuck on the inside of the basket. So we want to make sure that we get all of these bearings, all 25 of them, on a B44 and B50, and now we can clean up this part of the bike. There's my damaged thrust washer, which is probably causing a lot of play, and we ride this bike pretty hard. Yeah. Step 2 next, we'll be reassembling.